Hello, 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 my beautiful soul tribe. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys. I hope you're having a wonderful holiday with your family and friends. I love y'all so very much. I want to do a general collective reading. I did a relationship reading a while ago, and now I just want to tap into the energies of the collective and just kind of see what message we can get. Before I start, I'm going to ground myself. So if you'd like to join me, just listen to the tone and, take you a few deep breaths, center your energy. Here we go, my beautiful tribe. Thank you guys for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate you guys helping me grow my channel. Yeah, all right, here we go. All right, my beautiful soul tribe. Let's see what messages we can get out for the collective today. 1 second, let me just take a sip of my coffee. Oh, it's nothing better than a nice cup of coffee on a chilly day, right? Let me fix the camera just a smidge. Okay, now I'm ready. Here we go. Father God, Holy Spirit, beautiful archangels, ancestors, higher beings, I come before you in the energy of the Christ consciousness, and I ask that you please bring forward messages for my Soul Tribe Collective. Ask for messages of the highest vibrational frequency of truth, clarity, healing, confirmation, encouragement, or enlightenment. I thank you for the opportunity to be a channel for these messages, and I ask that you give me clear discernment. I ask that you give my Soul Tribe clear discernment as they receive the messages, and I thank you. Archangel Michael, please put a white light of divine protection around myself, my beautiful soul tribe in this reading. Archangel Raphael, please clear and connect us to your heart chakra energy, your healing energy. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, ancestors. Amen. Amen. All right. Let's just pull some energy and see what we got. All right, Spirit, what is the energy of the collective currently that you would like to highlight? Loneliness upright. This came out last night. Loneliness, but this time it's upright. So last night it was talking about, somebody was having to go and face someone that they didn't miss. Now this is maybe talking about something or someone that you do miss. Or maybe, some of you guys are just feeling lonely, around the holidays. I know me personally, I don't know if it's loneliness necessarily. It's just I'm not around family or friends today, and it's been peaceful and quiet, and I've been like meditating and things. But maybe this is for the collective who are alone right now. Spirit wants to. You're not alone, okay? Even if you, I know during the holidays when everybody's like doing stuff with family and friends, like maybe you get a little triggered when you're kind of on your own solo, right? But Spirit's basically saying don't feed into that energy of loneliness because you're never alone. That's what this says. It says, I know that I am never alone. Even if you don't have family or friends to spend this day with, take the time to, pamper yourself, meditate, pray, take you a nice spiritual bath, listen to a nice meditation, dance around the house, okay? Whatever you want to do, right? Do something for you today, and don't feed into, the loneliness that you may be, sensing today, okay? So tribe, because we're never alone, never ever. Spirit's always with you. God is always with you, baby, always. All right? So they want to just highlight that energy of loneliness and just kind of give us that confirmation of they're with you and you are perfect and you are loved and you don't need a bunch of people around you to make you know that so that you feel that, right? It's about what you know and feel within yourself that's going to bring you out of that loneliness energy. Okay, because you can be in a room full of people, right? And still feel lonelier in a room full of people than you do in this moment if you're, you know, alone right now. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it's a perception. It's from within. It has nothing to do with the outside of yourself. And so it's all about what thoughts are you feeding into, okay? Where are you letting those thoughts drag your emotions to and things like that? And you taking your power back over those thoughts, over those emotions, okay? What else for the collective? Growth, yes. You have grown so much, collective, right? They want to focus on our growth. And just the fact that we've expanded our consciousness and our awareness, you know, and when you grow, when you step outside of the matrix and you choose to be responsible for your own spiritual path, for your own life, you take a conscious effort towards conscious choices in your life, towards your growth. Okay, that can be a lonely path. It can feel lonely at times. But that's only because you're stepping out of the matrix and you're being set aside. You are the 144. You are the chosen, right? And so you've been set aside. You've been set apart because you are growing, because you are conscious. Okay, so Spirit wants to tell you, you know, they're very proud of you. They know that what you signed up for to come and be apart from the world, to you know, be set apart, isn't easy. It's easier to go along with the crowd. It's easier to be in a room full of people with a fake smile on your face and pretend you're not lonely. It's easier to wear a mask. It's easier, you know, to hide your shadows. It's easier. It really is easier to do all of that instead of facing the truth and finding out who you really are. So be proud of yourself that you're actually taking the steps towards growth, because Spirit is tremendously proud of each and every one of us, I'm hearing. Okay. What else? One more. Indecision. Okay. All right. So something that I've been picking up in a lot of the readings, relationship readings lately, is we have grown. We've grown, you guys. And so in order to integrate that growth, we're being tested. There's things that are coming back around that we've walked away from, that we've grown from, okay, that are going to come back around and test us, especially when you're at your loneliness, right? When you're feeling the lonely, like when your defenses are down because you're feeling lonely. That's when these energies from the past are going to come back in and try to put you back in this energy of indecision. But understand, when these energies come back around, it's all about your growth. It's all about highlighting your growth, and it's the test. It's not even a test at this point. They're telling me it's more of a you getting to see how far you've come. When these indecisive energies try to come back in, right? They come in trying to make you question yourself, question your choices, question how far you've come, right? And it's usually going to happen when you're at your lowest, when you're feeling lonely, or, you know. But it's a test, yes, but it's more to highlight and to show you how far you've come, Spirit's saying. But we have some energies coming back towards us that we're going to have to use our intuition on. Okay, and it says, I use my intuition in all aspects of life. Okay, so let's break into all three of these energies and see what we can get. And then on the bottom we had blame and discipline. So I've been struggling with this myself. That's that energy of judgment and not feeling like a victim, right? I know I'm not a victim, Soul Tribe. We're not a victim of the world. We're not a victim of our circumstances. We're not. But it's hard, you know, when we've been hurt. It's hard when we look around and we're giving love to a world that, you know, we don't receive that same energy back from a lot of the times. It's hard not to look around and want to blame people, places, or things. But Spirit's telling us to just continue to be disciplined. When we catch ourselves in that victim mentality, when we catch ourselves in that blame game energy, you know, just keep working on your discipline. I mean, I'm still working through it, so I don't know. We're going to set this aside, see if I can get some advice on that, okay? Because if you can balance that energy, by us balancing out this energy is where we're going to be put into service in a higher vibration, okay? So disciplining ourselves from this blame game energy And balancing that out is for the higher service of ourselves, of our collective, okay? It says, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Service, I feel good when I can help others. Okay, even these ones that have hurt us, that we want to, blame, or that we're angry or hurt about, okay? Spirit's telling us we can accomplish what we set our mind to. We don't, the best way to deal with this energy is to be in the energy of just forgiveness. Instead of focusing on what happened or what offense was caused you, what pain was caused you, instead of focusing on the pain, Spirit's saying, they're teaching us how to be disciplined and focus on the forgiveness. Focus on how we're going to be empowered by the situations, how we're going to take our steps forward, right? It's all about shifting the perspective, shifting the focus, and being disciplined, okay? You're not meant to be perfect, because none of us are perfect, and we're human, and shit hurts sometimes, okay? It just does. There's shitty things in this world that happen, but we don't have to give our power away and be a victim to those things. We can take the power away from the lower energy and transmute it into the power to help fuel our rise. And that's what the discipline around this energy of blame is trying to teach us. Okay? And so the best way to do this is to take responsibility for our own well-being. Okay? Detaching from expectations. People hurt people, and we live in a world full of hurt people right now. So, you're going to come across things in your path that are going to cause you pain and hurt. But when we take responsibility of the energy within self, that empowers us. And it's easier said than done, I know, but we're in the process of discipline and learning this, they're saying, okay? Let me get another sip of my coffee, and then we're going to break into this. Okay, let's talk about this energy of loneliness. Where should I go, Spirit, for this? I'm being drawn to Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards for that. So let's see. Let's see, Spirit, tell me about this. What do the ancestors want to tell us about loneliness? Loneliness. Okay. Energy of loneliness. Ignite your passion, fire guardian. And it literally flew over here on discipline and blame, okay? So, the best way to deal with this loneliness, this feeling of loneliness, is like what Spirit said in the very beginning. Do things for you that you're passionate about, okay? Ignite your passion. If you're passionate about self-love today and self-care, then have a self-loving, self-caring day today, right? If you're passionate about, like what I'm doing, getting on here, making videos for your soul tribe, then get on and make videos for your soul tribe. If you're passionate about vegging out all day and watching, Hulu or Netflix or whatever for the rest of the day, then do that. Whatever it is that you're passionate about in this moment, just allow yourself to do that. Okay, that's the best way to battle this loneliness, is to do things that are for you. Okay, is kind of what I'm getting. Okay. And look what's on the bottom. You are not alone. The Spirit wants you to understand you are never alone. This says, I know that I am never alone. And then I look on the bottom of the deck, and this is the guardian angels. You are not alone. Okay, beautiful. What about growth? Anything on growth? Be brave and honest. The best way to grow is to be brave and honest. Honest with yourself, okay? It takes a lot of courage to be brave and to be honest, right? To not sit in a room full of people and put a fake smile on your face. It takes courage to be set apart from the world. It takes courage to be willing to stand alone and to face loneliness if that's what is going to perpetuate your growth, right? It takes courage to be brave, But Spirit's saying in order to grow, that's what it takes, to be brave and honest. Honest with yourself about your passions, about your needs, about your boundaries, about what you will or will not accept of yourself or of others. Not in a blame way, not in a blaming type of way, but just, in an empowering way for you, for your growth, for your path. It takes courage not to sit in indecision. It takes courage to follow your intuition. Okay? Anyways. Let's see where else we can go. I'm going to pull on this indecision in a minute. I think the indecision is going to talk about a situation that's coming towards us. So we're going to save that towards the end. I want to get the encouraging stuff first before we dig into what's approaching. Okay, because that's the test, right? That's the test, Spirit's saying. Okay. Loneliness and passion here. 1 second, y'all. Where should I go, Spirit? Bear with me, guys. Let me find the deck that they're telling me to go to. That deck's everywhere. Okay. Oh, there they are. Okay, perfect. All right, so let's add. I got 3 decks to add to this loneliness, but tell me about igniting our passion. The energy, how do we best ignite our passion? What should we focus on to ignite that passion, Spirit? Contracts. Okay. Stepping outside of karmic contracts and focusing on your own passion. Okay, focusing on the contracts that you allow yourself to pick up too. Right? You get to decide what contracts you're gonna step into and what contracts you're gonna let go of. Yes, they're contracts, okay, that we sign up for, but you get to choose these contracts. Okay, anything that's going to bring you anxiety, Spirit's saying, it's better to go ahead and just focus on your own, being alone, right? If something's bringing you anxiety in a contract, in a relationship, in anything, whether it's job or a relationship or a friendship or just something you want to do. If it's causing you anxiety, then that's a sure sign that it's a warning, basically, that Spirit's saying, hold back. Okay, hold back. Have strength over that anxiety. Think deeper before you jump into whatever that may be, okay? So, and another thing is this loneliness that you may be feeling is part of the contract of you finding your passion. Right? It's almost like you have to go through this phase of being set apart to remember your heart's desire, your heart's passion, your angelic energy, your angelic desires here, like your contract, your mission work, I'm hearing. And that's going to be tied to your heart's desires, your blueprint, your mission is literally mapped out in your heart, okay? It's mapped out within your intuition. Okay, so this is speaking about, going through a time of being set apart so you can find your passion again and so you can pick up the contract that's really the most important contract, which is growth, which is, being brave and honest with yourself, setting those boundaries of what you're willing to accept, what you're not willing to accept. And even if it means you have to go at it alone, having the courage to go at it alone, so that that you're going to, continue to move forward and grow and expand and not get stuck in indecision. That's important, okay? Tell me about growth and be brave, please. Yeah, victory, baby. Look, victory, Soul Tribe. This is your time of abundance and victory and restoration, I'm hearing. This is beautiful energy. Congratulations, right? So, yeah, having courage to sit in this energy of facing things alone, to sit in this energy of self-love in a world where, it's all about instant gratification. Self-love is a process. It's a revelation of self, right? And it can be exhilarating at times and it can be lonely at times. But not giving up on the path is important, not giving up. And well, once you wake up to it, you can't go back, really. We all know that, right? Once we wake up to this path, like, there's only forward. You can't go backwards. You can only go forward, or you can stay stagnant for a little while until Spirit comes in and shakes everything up and forces you to stand up and keep walking forward, right? But anyways, the point is, Spirit's saying, you know, they see you as stepping into your time of restoration, of victory. It took a lot of courage for you to get to this point. It's taken a lot of courage for you to continue to walk forward and to continue to grow. And they just want you to be proud of yourselves, is what I'm hearing. Give me something on contract here, Spirit. Okay, on contract, the no. Yeah, so look, setting boundaries. What contracts are you going to pick up and which ones are you going to let go of? You're the only one that can say no or yes to these contracts, okay? So the contract right now that is bringing us into our victory is, yes, we're feeling lonely at times. Yes, we're going at it alone. You know, our family, our friends groups are all changing. Our, you know, desires and the things we're passionate about, all of that stuff's been changing. Sometimes, you know, it's like when you're finding yourself, you first have to lose yourself, who you thought you were, right? Who you were conditioned to be when you were, you know, accepting the world as it was, kind of thing, right? But anyway, so we have this energy of boundaries, self-care, and strength. So your contract right now is to follow your passion, to set your boundaries, to stand up strong in your self-care, in your self-love, even when it's lonely. This just means you're on the right track. There's nothing wrong with being alone. In those times, we need to embrace that because you're never alone. Okay? Don't let it come in, right? Especially around the holidays, it's hard, I know, but don't let those negative thoughts come in and emotionally trigger you to take steps backwards here. When those things come upon you, remind yourself of, you know what? I'm never alone, and Spirit has me exactly where they have me. Whether I'm in a room full of people or I'm sitting by myself. Spirit's got me where I need to be for my highest good, for my growth, for my victory. And so I'm content. I'm going to have outrageous acceptance. And I'm going to focus on what I can be responsible for right now. I'm going to focus on loving myself. I'm going to focus on writing in my journal. I'm going to focus on listening to music. I'm going to, whatever it is for you that brings you comfort. Okay, it's about having that self-soothing energy and not having to be in that energy of instant gratification or distraction from the outside world too, because that's important, Spirit's saying. It's important for whatever's next for us, you guys. I don't know why. I don't know the full story yet. I'm a work in progress too, but they're telling me that it's very important for us to not depend on the world for distraction or for soothing energy, for that you know, instant gratification energy. Okay, you're being set apart because a lot of you are teachers. A lot of you are going to be the strength for whatever is coming next for those that you've had to be separated from. Right? You're a leader, soul tribe. Okay, but anyway, so your contract has to do with boundaries, self-care, and strength. Now is the time to give importance to your needs. It is not selfish, but necessary to live a balanced life. Say no. Take time for yourself, and above all, do not feel shame for this. If anyone would shame you, then they are not for your highest good. Wow. I literally channeled that, and then that's what it says on the card, okay? Give to yourself right now, and know that you're never alone, okay? All right, so let's look at victory. Tell me, so we've got victory of, you know, being honest, courageous, growing, expanding, and you know, restoration. These are all words I'm hearing. The weeping tree, yes, restoration is what I said, and you know what this says? It says release, rejuvenation, and restoration. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see the words? I don't know if you can on this, but that's what it says. I literally just channeled this. Tell me Spirit is not here all day, every day. I'm not just making this stuff up, you guys. I don't even know half this stuff until Spirit teaches me. Right? I'm just going with the flow of the energy and speaking the words that they're telling me to speak. And literally, it's instantly being confirmed. Okay? So if you're not a believer, I think Spirit's trying to make you a believer. But I know my collective are believers. If you found this video by accident and you're not sure if you believe in Spirit or not, pay attention. Because they want to make you a believer. But anyways. So you're getting victory and restoration. And yes, you've had to release the things that don't serve you for your highest good, for your growth. Now is the time to let go of that which does not serve you anymore. Free the pent-up energy within you. Breathe deeply and let your body relax fully, merging with space and time. Let it all die so that you may blossom once more. Wow. And that's what this is what we got going, Spirit. Saying we got victory. Victory in the release. Victory in the restoration, in the rebirth, in the growth. Okay, you fulfilled your contract and you're going to continue to grow and expand. What we're moving towards is learning discipline around this blame energy. I'm going to look at that in a minute, but this is beautiful. Okay. I'm just going to pull from this deck on each category, and then we're going to get into this indecisive energy. How can we stay focused in this energy? Okay. Greeting wellness. Balance is the key to a life of infinite miracles. Balance, not focusing on the loneliness, but understand that all is well with my soul. And wherever you are in your life, no matter what it is, all is well with your soul. Remind yourself of that and always greet wellness each and every day, they're saying. And understand that, it's okay to say no. It's okay to stand in your boundaries and to feel strong in supporting yourself at this time. It's important to focus on your own wellness. That's spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical wellness. It's your wellness, your wholeness, I'm hearing. Tell me about this energy of growth, victory, process. Okay, yes, you've been able to process the grief. We're coming out of processing the grief, and we're getting victory over the healing, the healing phases that we've been in. Okay, my losses prove how deeply I loved. Anything that you've had to release, anything, that you've had to heal over grief-wise, let it remind you that you are, if you're grieving, then that means you did love fully, you did love wholly, you did love in a genuine way, in a spiritual way, or you wouldn't be grieving something. So process the grief and just, focus on the love that was shared, no matter how things may have come to an end, no matter how things may have had to be released. Okay? Focus on the joys that were experienced, and maybe, not so much on the grief of the experience, because the grieving part of the experience is what comes in to push you forward, right? It's like when you've learned what you need to learn, or you've come to the point of the contract where it's time to move forward into a new contract, usually something painful will happen to push you forward, or there will be a loss to force the connection to end, so that the parties involved can move to where they need to move. Okay? And so understand that anytime you go through a loss, yes, you're going to grieve, but that grief, let that just be the proof that you loved fully, you loved unconditionally, whatever that situation was. And know that you're going to victoriously keep moving forward and growing and rejuvenating. Every time you have to release something, it creates room for new energy to come forward. And new energy is what propels you forward. It's what propels you into the growth. So we have to go through the grieving process in order to become the healers. We have to heal thyself to understand what it means to heal, so that you can, encourage and support those around you in the collective who may need insight or support, right, through their grieving processes. But it's not about focusing on another's grieving process. It's about focusing on your grieving process and letting your experience, your wisdom, your knowledge that you've gained from that encourage another, right? You can't heal another, but you can let your experience encourage, okay, through advice or example or, you know, whatever, right? So this is you as the healer. You first have to gain victory over your own healing processes, your own understanding of release and restoration, right? Your own, this is, you're expanding your awareness of healing, okay? All right, so whoever this indecisive energy is, I feel like you're going to have to be disciplined, because either they're coming in blaming you or you've been blaming this person, right? There's like an offense here. Let me get a drink of my coffee. 1 second. 1 second, y'all. Sorry if this video is longer than normal. Goodness. Okay. So this is someone, like Spirit was saying, that you know, this is coming in to highlight just how disciplined you are. Okay. This person, I feel like in the past you were indecisive. Okay, maybe you were blaming yourself for a situation. Okay, and that kept you open. It kept the door open with whoever this person was. Maybe you were feeling guilt about a situation, or you were trying to be the only one to bear like this energy of blame of a situation, and maybe, you know, this person is coming back around for you to kind of close the door on this indecision, because it's not about blame. It's not about your fault or their fault. Okay, it's really truly not. It's about just releasing the energy of blame, releasing the energy of holding on to something or someone too tightly. Okay, just releasing the grief that holds you in this energy of indecision, which is indecision of questioning your decisions, right? Questioning your own motives or the motives of another, questioning your intuition, right? Questioning, did I make the right decision? Didn't I make the right decision? Just be at calls, I'm hearing. Be present where you're at right now, focusing on this stuff we just talked about. And understand, there is no room for indecision. There's no room for fear. There's no room for guilt. There's no room for blaming. But who's approaching my soul tribe? The Emperor. Here comes the Emperor. Okay? Maybe the Emperor's the one. You know, a lot of us have been sitting back wanting to blame our emperors for not having their shit together, right? Why don't they understand? Why did they do this to me? Why did they do that, right? But we're not their victim, okay? And we're here to have a healing process with one another. So it's this Emperor that's coming back in, maybe to help balance or close the door in regards to it's your fault or it's their fault, right? It doesn't matter whose fault anything is. What matters is that you make peace with one another, I'm hearing. What matters is that you release each other and give each other permission to grow and expand, to grieve. Okay. So the Emperor's coming back in. Yeah, this Emperor, I feel like you have taught, okay, I don't know, there's some confusion, right? This energy that we just talked about, confusion fell on this. So maybe this Emperor is still in this energy of confusion, or they were confused in the past. I feel like you, divine, I feel like I'm talking to a divine feminine in this energy. You being in this energy is I don't know, it's like opening the door for this healing to come out of some type of confusion, out of indecision between you and this Emperor energy. Okay. Page of Wands. That speaks of, you know, some good news. Or it could speak of a child. Maybe there's some blame going on in regards to a child between you and your Emperor. Maybe the Emperor didn't step up, you know, with you and your children. Or maybe this emperor had a child with their mistress, or a side piece or something, and it caused a lot of confusion, and you've been having to process that grief. I don't know why the indecision is here. Maybe, I feel like this is an emperor that you've had to leave behind, right? Because you're all about self-love and focusing on your own restoration right now. So this emperor energy, I feel like everything happened the way it was supposed to, so that you would leave this emperor energy behind. Not behind, but separate from this emperor energy for you to be able to continue forward on your path. And for this emperor to come out of confusion and to understand this energy that Spirit's already taking you through, right? This emperor is seeing this energy it's like they're waking up to this energy right now. And so, but there needed to be a separation between the Empress and the Emperor energy, right? It's like when you guys were tied together and right fighting one another, it was a blame game situation, and you both were indecisive about one another, and so you were so focused on one another that you guys were not focusing on self, right? So Spirit separated you guys so that you could focus on you, Divine Feminine, and that Divine Masculine could focus on, or this Emperor energy could focus on themselves, right? Because in the end, it doesn't matter what our contract looks like. It doesn't matter if you're a twin flame or just a soulmate or Emperor, Empress, and that's it, whatever. When the journey's, the facts of the journey is that this is your journey. Only you can take your journey. Only they can take their journey. Yes, we're all connected and we're all one, but we're all facets of the one. And we all have our own individual path to walk. And these contracts are just, they're parts to, it's like these contracts are the vehicles that get us down the path. Right? But sometimes the vehicle, sometimes the tires go bald on the vehicle. Sometimes the motor starts ticking or the oil starts leaking and it's time to get a new vehicle. And that's okay. You just get a new vehicle. Right? I don't know why Spirit's telling me this analogy, but that's what I'm getting. So it's almost like you've been in this vehicle with this Emperor, this contract, right? And it's gotten you as far as it needed to get you. And now it's time to get a new vehicle. It's time to upgrade your contract. Whether this Emperor is part of the contract moving forward or not, I don't know. I feel like this Emperor is still coming out of some confusion around a child, or some confusion around this energy here. This Victor, like they're trying to acquire the same energy for themselves currently, okay? But they're coming back around towards you, maybe to trigger some confusion in you again, okay? They're going to be bringing in some kind of news towards you. What is this Page of Wands? That could be triggering your indecision. Yeah. And it's going to trigger you back into this state of like fear, worry, doubt, or anxiety. And remember, Spirit said if it comes in and it causes you anxiety, it's better to stand alone than to accept something that's going to cause you anxiety. Okay? So I feel like the Emperor is being sent back in towards us to trigger this anxiety. They might be coming in with some good news. Maybe they're coming in saying everything you've been wanting them to say, Divine Feminine. Maybe they're coming in, maybe you've been waiting on this person to come back for so long and to say all the right things and to want to get on this path with you. And they're going to be coming in with all this so-called good news. But it's going to be triggering to you. Okay, because this Emperor is possibly they still have options, I'm hearing. So some of these Emperors are still keeping their options open. Some of them, so if it's not a holy hell yes, then it's a hell no, is what I'm hearing. So when this Emperor comes in, if you're triggered in anxiety and indecision, then the answer is no, because that means that there still needs to be some discipline in regards to the healing, the blame game, right? Between you guys or within self. So this Emperor may still be blaming you for something and they still got some healing to do, or you could still be blaming them and you're still doing some healing, and so it's not the right time. If it's triggering indecision, it's just going to lead to anxiety. So if it's not a holy hell yes, then it's a hell no, is what I'm hearing, okay? But this Emperor is approaching you, right? They're going to tell you that, what are they going to tell you? What is this Emperor going to be saying? What is it? That they want to reconcile and that they're stuck on you, Empress. I see that you're my Empress. You're the one I love. I want to reconcile with you, right? Is what they're going to be telling you. But it's only because these emperors are facing judgment right now. A lot of these emperors, they chose karmic cycles. They chose karmic paths, right? You chose the divine path, which was a little bit more lonely. You had to stand alone. Some of y'all had to be single mothers, you know. You had to stand in this world without your emperor's support for a long time. While they went off and chose their little karmic path with their karmic feminine energies, partying it up, you know, living the life I'm hearing. That happened for a long time. While you were sitting over here doing your work, they were out living it up. And now it's like you're on the rise, divine feminine, and these karmic these masculines, your emperors, are in this energy of judgment, feeling stuck, and now they want to rush in and reconcile with you. But remember, you know, don't get in the way of their karma. They have to go through this process just like you've had to go through this process of awakening, of awareness, of discipline, of healing, right? You've had to process the grief, and it's their turn, basically, is what I'm getting here, okay? And it's not your fault. I feel like Spirit's telling you, you know, step out of the way. Encourage this masculine. Give him encouragement through advice, and just, be honest with how hard your path has been, because they have not been there to support you, because they left you holding the bag. Like, speak the truth. You don't have to coddle their feelings, because they need to hear the truth of what their abandonment of this contract did, because that's going to trigger them. Hopefully. Let's see. What's it going to trigger these masculines into? It's going to trigger the Ace of Cups, okay? It's going to trigger them into looking deeper, into self-love, into stepping into their divinity, to accepting their divine contracts within self, okay? The Ace of Cups. So be honest. Don't coddle their feelings, but also don't be cold-hearted and, don't be strictly Queen of Swords with them. You're a divine feminine. You know how to balance all the queens. You know, depending on what energy they're approaching you with, you know what queen to pull out, okay? You know if you need to be the Queen of Swords and say it like it is. You know if you need to be the Queen of Cups and, give them a little bit of tender emotional advice and support or encouragement, right? You know if you need to be the Queen of Wands, standing in your fiery energy, confident and letting them see your beauty and how you're not phased, like that kind of stuff, right? You know what energy to give them. Queen of Pentacles, seeing you on your shit, right? That you don't need anything. So if you allow this Emperor in, it's not a need. It's because you guys are equals, right? Not because you need to depend on them and they got the power and all that. Y'all are equals. If they can't come in as an equal, right? Because this is a partnership, then it's better to stand alone, Spirit's saying, until they get into this energy of the Ace of Cups. But you being honest with these masculines, letting go of the blame game, healing from the past, both of y'all, right? It's not nobody's fault necessarily, but just speak the truth. Not in a blaming way, but just in these are the bare facts. This is what happened. This is where you let me down. This is what I expected from you, and this is what I expect from you in the future. Either you can live up to this, or you don't. And that doesn't affect who I am, or where I'm going, or what I'm going to do or don't do in my own life. Right? Continue to pray for these masculines and, send them support and energy and prayers that they get on their path. That's all we can do at this point, Spirit's saying. If we can do that, that's going to lead to victory and recognition here and success over the devil. This is how we win over these karmic contracts, through prayer, through encouragement and truth. Okay? Truth. Honest truth. But truth in a kind way. Truth in a way of standing in your power, but in a kind way, not in a combative way, right? That's what's going to get us the victory over mental conflict. Yep, that's what's going to bring in the transformation, Spirit's saying. Okay, victory and transformation. So, anyways, these masculines are coming in. But be aware of what it's triggering within you, because that energetic trigger within you is what's going to tell you where they're at. No matter what the words are they're telling you, the energy will tell you. And it's going to be, are you being triggered into fear, worry, doubt, and anxiety and indecision? Is right? Or is it a holy hell yes? Because if you're being triggered, then that means the energy's still not there yet. Okay? Continue to stand strong in your boundaries. Speak your truths. And speak your do's and your don'ts. I will and I won't. Your boundaries, right? But Spirit's saying, keep the door open to just, being the divine feminine. Giving love, giving encouragement. But to the level of your comfort too, right? To the level of your comfort. Because some of these masculines, man, They literally are coming in just to block your wish fulfillment because they see that you're balanced. So you got to have an awareness of what your masculine's motives are. Okay? A lot of them are coming in wanting to block your wish fulfillment, and they see you balanced and they're jealous. Okay? But let the energy be the sign. Let the energy be the thing that decides on how open or how open you're going to be with this masculine, how open, how much are you going to allow this masculine into your life, or do you still need that distance? Okay, because sometimes when a masculine is so far in karmic energy, the only thing that's really going to be beneficial for you and them is going to be the distance, the boundaries. Not in a hateful way, but just in a way of you standing in your power and saying, I will not accept that into my life. That lifestyle is not part of my reality. And so as long as you're in that lifestyle, you cannot be part of my reality. And that's just the way it is. Stand firm in your strength on that, because whatever you're about to do with these masculines that are approaching you, it's triggering them into the Ace of Cups, which is the fulfillment of y'all's contract. For you to be in the Ace of Cups towards your growth, and for them to be in the Ace of Cups towards their growth. Doesn't matter if you're together or not together. It's about the energy that you've triggered within each other, on each other's path, that really matters, right? So anyways, that's what I'm getting for you guys. A lot of these masculines are going to come in trying to be manipulative, though, with finances or stability. So just be careful. Yeah. They're going to be trying to, make you want to choose them. So they're going to be offering, but it's going to be manipulative. So they're coming in with this manipulative energy. Just be aware, okay? They could be trying to come in to cause you confusion and test you because of where you've grown, right? You've gotten this energy. So it's like Spirit's allowing these masculines to come in and trigger you so that you'll integrate the lesson. And maybe, trigger them, I suppose. I don't know, guys. But anyways, I love y'all so very much. Please like, share, or subscribe. I feel like let's see the advice. The advice might be to walk away from this, but let me just go to another deck before Okay, Spirit, what's the advice in regards to these emperors that are approaching? Okay, the advice is to be in the Queen of Swords energy, right? That's that no-nonsense queen. This is the queen who tells you the truth, whether you want to hear the truth or not. This is the queen who is not going to tolerate your bullshit. This is the queen who's standing in her power, and she doesn't need you to fight her battles because she can fight her own battles. She's fought enough battles on her own. She's been through enough of these little lonely phases here that she's no longer lonely. She knows she's never alone, so she can stand in the power as the Queen of Swords. And she's saying, look, she's got her hand out. She's like, okay, you can approach. Right? You can approach, but you see this sword? You better approach correctly. You're either going to get my hand or you're going to get my sword. It's all up to you. She's telling him, right? So Spirit's telling you, be in that Queen of Swords energy, but trust the energy and not what this Emperor is trying to offer or what this Emperor is telling you. What is the energy telling you, okay? You're going to have to use that to make your decision. You've come so far that you know you can trust the energy. Yeah. These masculines a lot of them are trying to come in and you know, they're stuck. They're stuck in karma, and that's why they're approaching. A lot of these masculines are only coming towards you because they're starting to have to pay their karmic debt, and they feel like you're going to be the one that's going to help them get out of it, or you can help them heal, or you can help them this, but it's not your job. No one was there doing it for you but you in spirit, okay? You've had to go down this path on your own and acquire your lessons on your own. They've got to do the same thing. But they're stuck in karmic judgment right now, and that's why they're approaching. They have an ulterior motive here. They want to know how you did it, Divine Feminine. Yeah, they're losing finances. A lot of them are losing their Ten of Pentacles because they know it was tied to you, Divine Feminine. And they're starting to realize this. Yeah, Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups in reverse for these masculines. This is their karmic judgment. Now they're wishing they would have took care of their family. Now they're wishing they would have poured into their family. Right? And so their karma is to sit back and watch you be powerful and healing and growing. Okay? And seeing you have the Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, Divine Feminine, on your own with, you know, this is what you have, and they don't. And so they're it's like this energy of jealousy to a degree, because they feel like they missed their chance. They chose karma, and you know, but it's all happening the way it's supposed to, okay? Because it's going to trigger them. This karmic phase of their life, you know, it's not going to last forever, but what they do during this phase of their karmic debt basically is going to determine the next phase for them, right? Just like for you. Yeah. Are they going to walk away from the karmic ways and regret? Are they going to, you know, continue to, you know, be in that victim mentality, that jealous mentality, that woe is me mentality, and it's not my fault, it's everybody else's fault. I did this because you did that. That blame game energy. Are they going to be in that energy and continue to just sit and regret? Right? Blaming everybody else instead of taking responsibility and taking action for their own karmic path where they find themselves, and then taking their power back. It's all up to them. You can't make their choices for them, okay? Is basically what Spirit's saying. They get a choice to walk away from this devil or not. Okay? You have given them Ace of Cups. You have given them the seeds of the divine by who you are and how you dealt with them in the past. They're going to remember this. But that doesn't mean you have to continue to pour into them when they're still dealing with the devil, because, you know, Spirit doesn't want you to hold yourself back anymore, Divine Feminine. You've already surpassed that lesson. It's time for you to move forward into your victory and your restoration. Okay? Anyways, I love you so much. You guys, please like, share, or subscribe, and stay blessed.